1, 2, 3.
Hello and welcome to the Narc Alert, the channel where we look at YouTubers and others to see if they demonstrate any traits that fall within the spectrum of narcissistic personality disorder or NPD. These videos are for fun and entertainment purposes only, strictly my opinion, and remember, please don't send any snark to our possible narcs. So key points to remember: messy fun and not a diagnosis. Hello, my lovely alerts. So listen, YouTube and I are having a bit of a disagreement on my upcoming Keemstar video. So instead of denying you guys a narc alert, I decided to do a little quick one on an Amber video from this week. Let's take a quick look at Amber's body dysmorphia at 500 pounds and hope that YouTube lets us see the Keemstar video as soon as possible.
Hey guys, welcome to a new Wednesday weigh-in video. Forewarning, this week has been bad. So continue watching if you guys want to know why it's been bad. I will be talking about my daily weigh-ins, how my week went in that regard. I'll also be answering your guys' 3 weight-related questions. So the first question is, do you ever feel detached from the scale? Currently, no. I feel like the scale has become my best friend, but also my enemy. And I know for some people that's like a bad way of thinking and seeing it, but I feel like the scale is just another one of my motivators. In the past, I was completely detached from the scale. I really feel like I went through a body dysmorphia. No. Like I would see the number on the scale and like I honestly couldn't process how big I was. But then if I saw myself in Eric's YouTube videos, or if I saw myself in a picture, or even just like walking by a mirror, I was like, what? Especially when it was photos, because how I looked wasn't how I felt. So I feel like being detached from the scale had a big role in like...
Body dysmorphic disorder is a mental health disorder in which you can't stop thinking about one or more perceived defects or flaws in your appearance. She appears to have more of the delusion of narcissism than BDD.
The body dysmorphia part of me, I felt smaller than what I was, and I think that was detrimental to progress, or any progress that I could have made, because sometimes I felt like I didn't have a problem. I was definitely completely delusional.
Narcissists compulsively create their own version of reality, twisting and distorting information to suit their own purposes. She speaks as if the battle is over and she is a healthy weight now. Her delusions are persisting.
And I'm just really glad I'm out of the delusional state. Next question is, do you exercise? I do exercise. It's not something that I have talked about. I think it's mainly because I didn't want to talk about it until I've been doing it long enough to talk about it. I know there have been a lot of times in the past where I'd like work out for like 1 or 2 days. I'm just like, oh my God, look at me, a gym rat. I love the elliptical. The elliptical is my jam. But I always ended up, you know, quitting my little exercise. No. But this time I do exercise every day. My exercises consist of walking and stairs. I would like to show myself doing the stairs in an upcoming vlog. I think it would be motivating and inspiring for a lot of you to see, because again, there are a lot of you who watch my videos who are also the same size as me. And I just want to let you guys know that I come from a place of where I was practically bedbound, couldn't even walk for a minute, and now I'm walking for 30 minutes at a time and doing 4 to 6 flights of stairs.
Amber, as many who have traits of NPD, has a long history of lying to her audience and exaggerating her accomplishments. 6 flights of stairs a day is a huge deal, and it must be very hard on her knees. I would love to see a vlog of these 6 flights of stairs.
Is it hard? Yes. Does it feel like sometimes I'm not gonna make it out alive? Yes. But I do it, and the satisfaction afterwards feels amazing. I truly hope to just get better and better at this point. I notice the more I walk and the more I walk up the stairs, it all just becomes so much easier. I will say though, I hate exercising.
She has told us in the past that she loves to go to the gym. The elliptical is her jam. By telling everyone she hates it and is still doing it daily, makes her accomplishment seem even bigger in her head.
But I do it, and I'm motivated to do it, and I have people around me who are like supporting me and egging me on and telling me you can do this. So as much as I hate it, I also love it. Does that make sense? Okay, so the last question is, do you feel audience pressure can sometimes mess up your weight loss progress? So I felt like this was a really good question. I feel like people's mental state can play a big role in whether they lose weight or gain weight. I know for me, now that I'm happier, I feel like striving to lose weight has become so much easier. But back when I was super depressed, it was like losing weight was always put on the back burner. I was never like inspired or determined at all.
Her entire time on YouTube has been heavily focused on her attempts to lose weight and have a healthier lifestyle. Now she's trying to convince us that she never really meant it until now.
I know I have a lot of different people following me, a lot of people who support me and love me, and a lot of people who hate me or just dislike me and the decisions that I've made in the past or present. But when I talk about this next, I am not trying to group you all together. I am just trying to group together the people who have made me sometimes question if I like truly hate myself. There has been situations and moments in my YouTube career, if you will, where the comments have mentally destroyed me. And during that process of me being just super destroyed, for the lack of a better word, I turned to food.
When you have characteristics of NPD, nothing that goes wrong is your fault. Amber's inability to lose weight was due to her audience and the mean comments. She certainly gets more ugly comments than many. It is easy to not read them or turn off the comments if it is literally destroying you.
I felt super broken, and for some reason food put me back together. Situations like that also happened when I was younger, like my parents arguing, choosing drugs over me being in foster care, feeling super alone, living with strangers, in children's shelters. All of that also made me turn to food. I have very bad coping mechanisms, so I'm not blaming anybody, not blaming y'all, not blaming the rude comments, not blaming my parents. I am blaming myself, because when you get put in a situation, you need to learn how to handle that situation in healthier ways. So I feel like because I grew up not really coping in the right way, I still, as a 30-year-old woman, have very bad coping skills.
This is why people find Amber frustrating. She seems to be aware of all the issues that stop her, and yet she steadfastly refuses to do the one thing that will help her, and that is to go to therapy. People with NPD are very resistant to therapy. Being vulnerable is very uncomfortable for them.
And I know a lot of y'all see that, and that's why you guys constantly tell me to get a therapist, and don't worry, it's happening. But to answer your question, yes, I feel like audience pressure and comments and the things that are said to me have in the past messed up my weight loss progress. But you know what? I'm not gonna let that be a crippling thing for me anymore. I am going to use these hate comments, and I'm gonna use the positive comments to continue to motivate me to better myself.
The best advice I heard from someone on YouTube was, do not let the bad comments define you. And also, do not let the good ones define you either. Comments are thoughts from strangers online. She has to find some motivation that is from within herself. That, of course, comes with some responsibility.
Okay, so now time for the weigh-in. I am dreading this part. So before I get to the weigh-in, I know a lot of people believe in the Amberlynn cycle, and I want to let you guys know it's no longer a thing. What I am currently about to share with you guys regarding my weigh-in is strictly me as a morbidly obese person with food issues about to talk about the struggles. This isn't part of a cycle. This is just me opening up. I really would rather not open up, but I just feel like I owe it to you guys.
The cycle of behavior that circulates online seems to really bother her. It is frighteningly accurate and does make her actions seem very transparent. It is counter to the narrative she tries to spin for us, and it is always there to remind her that some see through her mask.
So last Wednesday on November 3rd, I weighed in at 504.0, and I would like to make it known that I do weigh myself completely naked, but when I was doing the weigh-ins for y'all, I was holding my phone. My phone usually weighs 0.4. So I am now officially going to be logging just without my phone since I no longer take pictures. And that's up to you guys to decide whether you believe my weigh-ins or not, because I know there's some people who don't believe in them, but after this weigh-in, I think you will start to believe me.
This is just more of the same, and her weight is mostly not important to us. She is still deep in her NPD delusion about her health. Her phone weighs half a pound. It's all water weight. But she did an extra staircase and lost 4 pounds overnight. She should be looking at this as urgent, not allowing herself cheat days. Dr. Now doesn't allow cheat days.
And I know exactly what happened. Not only was I back on track, counting them calories, I did my exercises, I did more stair flights than usual, but y'all, I drank so much water. This is gonna sound really bad, but I probably only drink about 2 cups of water a day. So I retain a lot of water, and having lymphedema causes even more fluid retention and water retention. So as someone with lymphedema, I already need to be drinking a little bit more water. Yesterday, I decided my goal is to drink 8 cups of water. I drank 8 cups of water and I peed all day. Again, this is not really something I want to admit to, but normally I pee when I first wake up, one time during the day, and right before I fall asleep. That's only 3 times, which is really bad. But yesterday I could easily say I peed like 8 times and it felt pretty great. So this week,
this feels like deja vu.
I have gained 3.8 pounds. In total, I have lost 65 pounds. Have been getting a lot of questions of why do I use my highest weight as a starting point. About 2 years ago, I weighed 572.4. 5 months ago, I was 569. I was only 3 pounds away from my heaviest. So yes, that is my starting weight. If 569 was my starting weight from 5 months ago, then okay, cool. I'm down 62 pounds in total. So as I'm learning more about my body, which I have honestly been loving because I feel like it's a lot of self-care. When you learn about your body and your mind and the way that it works, I honestly feel like that's where more progress is coming from. So I feel like for me, a big thing is sodium. As you guys know, I have been counting calories in a notebook, but I am actually going back to MyFitnessPal. The reason why is because I want to know my sodium intake. I'm also very curious about my protein, my fat, my carbs. And if you guys want to add me on MyFitnessPal, you always can. My name on there is Hello Honeydew, HELLOHONEYDEW. I'm sure you guys know how to spell that, but you never.
Amber thinks she knows better than everyone, and yet she cannot see her own patterns even when they are drawn out in a chart for her. She's doing nothing new. There is a statistic that people of 600 pounds have a 5% success rate at weight loss. She cannot do this on her own by drinking extra water. Narcissists hate asking for help.
So honestly, my only goal for this week, drink more water, keep exercising, count them calories on MyFitnessPal, and I want to reach my lowest weight. So it would be like a 502. If it was a 502.4, that means I would be exactly down 70 pounds. And I'd love to be able to come on here and tell you guys that. In the past, if you guys have been watching me long enough, you know that I would give up after any failure situation. But now it's like, when things like this happen, this only makes me want to do better and get better. I think that right there just goes to show how much I have changed.
You don't tell people you have changed, you let them see it for themselves. I would love to be wrong, but as always, in my opinion, she will not succeed unless and until she goes to therapy and is vulnerable and honest.
So I hope that you guys did enjoy this weigh-in. I'm sorry, I gained 3.8 pounds. Do not be too disappointed because I'm hoping to come back next week with a good weigh-in.
It is not about disappointing a YouTube audience. It is about saving her life. Until she sees weight loss that way, and not for us or for some new girlfriend, she will not be able to sustain any changes.
Hope that you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.
Alright, I thought it might be fun to do Amber's famous Comment of the Day segment. So, I did a Google search and picked the top result, which is, of course, the one she uses. Let's give it a go. So this is the, I wanted to show you how it works, too, because there's something that she doesn't point out to us. So first you get the YouTube comments by clicking down here. Okay, and then you go down here where you say start raffle and pick random winner. Her voiceover always starts before the end. Oh, en español. Deja la sal. Los refrescas y todo lo que es dulce. But what she doesn't show us is this here. Pick another winner. So you can just keep going until you find a comment you like. And the cycle continues. You shouldn't be weighing yourself daily. It's interesting, she only gets good comments when she does this. She's deleting comments again. I watch it happen every time. And one for the road. Alicia Dawn Kai Girl, or Kentucky Girl, I suppose. I do keto and weigh every day. I always fluctuate 3 to 5 pounds daily. Bit by the end of the week, I'm down. I lost 70 pounds in 4 months. I finally hit 200 pounds. You got this, Amber. It is interesting to see her new persona. We'll have to see how it all unfolds. And no, Amber, you don't get to whip that extra in my face. So there we have it. Amber's body dysmorphia at 500 pounds video. Just a little quickie to fill in the gap. Let's hope the Keemstar video's up soon. We will still be doing an Amber Lynn premiere tomorrow night. I hope to see you there. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe. Until next time, be kind and hasta luego.